Hey everybody, it's AJ here for Disney Food Blog, and today we are talking about the restaurants you have to go to in Disney World if you're there with a big group or your whole family. So we're talking multi-generational families and groups who are maybe on a family reunion. You've got grandparents, you've got the little cousins, everybody's there. These are going to be the right restaurants for you because they appeal to a broad audience and there's big tables and everybody's going to fit and enjoy and have fun. Okay, let's get started. First up, we're headed over to Hollywood Studios and we're going to 50s Primetime Cafe. This is one of the super themed restaurants in Hollywood Studios and I love this place. I always have loved this place. The theme is a throwback to the mid-20th century, so think 1950s, early 1960s. There's Formica tables, black and white TVs, knickknacks on the walls that you surely saw in your grandparents' home when you were growing up. Lots and lots of fun. And the cast members act as your cousins. They pretend to be your family members. So they're your cousins, they're your aunt and uncle, and of course your mom is in the kitchen making the food. So you can sort of think of it as being on set in a 1950s TV show. Now, one thing to remember is that the cast members are sort of purposefully not disrespectful, but maybe a little bit irreverent in this particular restaurant because they are your cousins. And so they're kind of going to fun you a little bit. And if your elbows are on the table, or maybe you can't tell them the color of the soap in the restroom and they know you didn't wash your hands, they're going to make fun of you for that. And it's kind of, it's kind of fun how they go about that. For example, you might find yourself singing "I'm a Little Teapot" in front of the whole restaurant if you don't finish your vegetables, or you might end up standing in the corner if your elbows are on the table. You never know what can happen. Now, if you're like me and the thought of doing that is mortifying because you're like an introvert like me, then just let your server know at the beginning that you'd rather kind of watch the show instead of be part of the show, and they will understand that and that will be fine. Okay, so on to the food here. This is straight up comfort food. This is fried chicken and chicken pot pie and pot roast and things like that. So really good stuff. Again, this is going to appeal to just about everybody. Don't forget to get a glowing drink from Dad's Liquor Cabinet with one of those little glow cubes in it. Onion rings are great as a starter. We do like the sampler platter if they have it on the menu, where you get fried chicken, pot roast, and meatloaf all together on one plate. The peanut butter and jelly milkshake is a big favorite of folks who dine here. But myself, I kind of like to go for the chocolate malt. I'm just sort of old school that way, and I love chocolate malts. So I go for that when I'm there. All right, next we're going to head over to Hoop-de-Doo Review. Actually, I think it's Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review in Fort Wilderness. This is a dinner show. It's been going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And it's basically a troupe of ragtag entertainers combine slapstick comedy and musical theater and put on a show for you while you're eating your dinner. There is a little bit of audience participation once in a while, so if you don't want to be involved in that, you can let your server know. Again, this is going to be comfort food. I think I'm going to say comfort food a lot in this video because a lot of these restaurants, that's sort of what they focus on. There's going to be family style service here, so they're going to bring platters and buckets. They actually bring buckets of food to your table here. So it's going to be fried chicken, ribs, mashed potatoes, baked beans, stuff like that, cowboy food. And they also have all you can drink beer, wine, and sangria, which is a great addition to the menu. It's not going to be great beer or great wine, but it is pretty good sangria. And dessert here is especially fun. It's a great strawberry shortcake, but what's fun about it is they have a whole song around it, and your server sort of takes part in the show. Everybody gets a washboard to play. It's really cute, and it's a lot of fun for the whole family. Now, here's a little tip here. There's going to be 3 tiers of seating that you can choose from. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Tier 3 is the least expensive, but to me, it's not worth the money because you're sitting upstairs and you're facing away from the stage. When you eat your food, you're literally facing a wall. And to me, it just wasn't worth the money. I would much rather spend a little bit more and get Tier 1 or Tier 2 to get a better view of the show and not have to sort of crane my neck through the whole thing. So those are definitely more worth it than Tier 3. Get Tier 1 or Tier 2. And also note that getting here can be a little bit of a trek. Fort Wilderness is kind of off in the middle of nowhere. We recommend taking a boat from the Contemporary Resort, Wilderness Lodge, or the Magic Kingdom to get here. Instead of parking at the resort or taking a bus to the resort, because there's an internal bus system that you'll have to navigate if you go to the front of Fort Wilderness. So instead, see if you can arrive by water, and that'll bring you basically right to where Hoop-Dee-Doo is in the theater. All right, now we're headed over to Ohana in the Polynesian Village Resort. I know I talk about this restaurant a lot, but it really does hit a lot of the right notes for a lot of Disney goers. This one has long tables. All of the meals here have interaction for the whole family. It's a very relaxing atmosphere, and the food is pretty good at all the meals. There's breakfast and dinner. So breakfast here is good for families. It's a character meal, but it's served family style, so you don't have to get up and go to a buffet. It features Mickey, Lilo, Stitch, and Pluto, and it's a standard breakfast, eggs and potatoes and fruit, but they have really good breakfast breads here, which you're not going to find anyplace else, and those are fantastic. This is one of our favorite character meals. For dinner, this is still a great option. It's a family style meal with grilled meats. There's pot stickers, sticky wings, salad, noodles. This is more of an Asian inspired. Of course, this is a Hawaiian restaurant, so there's a lot of Asian inspiration in the food. Our favorite thing here is the dessert. Of course, as you know, the Bananas Foster bread pudding is served here. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's where I'm going for my birthday this year, and I can't wait. So very excited to do that again. This is a great place for the whole family. There's usually live entertainment. There's coconut races for the kids. Lots of fun at Ohana. Now time it right and you'll be able to see a great view of the Magic Kingdom fireworks. But be sure you ask when you check in for a good firework viewing table. There are several tables at Ohana that are tucked in the back, and you do not get a good view of the fireworks from those. So be sure you say when you check in at the podium, please give us a fireworks view table if possible. They can't guarantee it, but they will try. All right, we're headed over to Raglan Road in Disney Springs. This is an Irish pub, and I recommend this one for families because it has live dancing, live entertainment, so there's something to entertain everybody. Now, this is only at night that they have the live entertainment, so you're going to want to book at night for that. But if you want to hear the people that you're eating with, like if you actually want to talk to them, go during the day, because that entertainment, the music and the dancing gets really, really loud. So you might not be able to hear yourself think in there. So if you have folks with sensory issues or things like that, go there for lunch instead. Still great food, good atmosphere, and a lot of fun. So this features some high-end comfort food. So it's from Master Chef Kevin Dundon, who's a celebrity chef in Ireland and has a couple of shows here on PBS in the US. The recommendations here are going to be fish and chips, bangers and mash, any soup on the menu. Jer's bread and butter pudding is wonderful for dessert. The bar features some great imported beers from Ireland, as well as some really great local craft beers from the Orlando area. So you're going to want to check that out if you're a beer drinker. This restaurant also serves a Sunday roast, so that's something else to think about. If you have a large family, you can book this Sunday roast on Sunday, and it's great. All right, next we're going to head to Animal Kingdom. We're going to Tusker House, and this is in Africa in Harambe Village. This is another character meal, and it's a buffet. So this is one where everybody is going to be able to kind of pick and choose what they want. You get Mickey, Goofy, Donald, and Daisy at this buffet, and they are dressed in their safari outfits, which is super cute. You're not going to see those anyplace else. And there's great theming here, but the reason I recommend this particular buffet is because the food is a cut above here. They've got African-inspired food, but they also have Americanized eats, so there's something for everybody. You definitely want to leave room for dessert here. They have a great group of desserts on the buffet, so definitely save room for that. All right, we're headed to Biergarten in Epcot's World Showcase Germany Pavilion. This one's really fun. Their atmosphere here is made to look like an outdoor German village at night. So even if you're dining in the middle of the day, it will look like you're in this village at night, and it's outside, and you're kind of taking part in the village square, and there's live entertainment and stuff. It's really cool. The tables here are family style seating. There's 8 seats, I think, per table. So if you don't have 8 people in your group, you may be seated with another group. This is buffet style as well. This is German food, so there's lots of sausage and schnitzel and spätzle and things like that. So if you're into sausage, this is the place to go. This is there's a lot of German food, and the food here is decent. It's fine, but really the atmosphere is what you're going for here. And you're also going here for the liters of beer. So if maybe grandma and grandpa are getting to you that day, or your kids kind of acting out, just get a liter of beer at the Biergarten, and everything's gonna start looking up. Okay, there we go. Literally, liter. Like, it's a huge glass. It's a huge glass, a liter of beer. Okay, there is live entertainment here. There's alpenhorn playing. There's great bell players. I mean, these musicians are out of this world. They're so fantastic. And there's a full dance floor, so you can go out and dance with your family and kind of work out some energy that way too. Now, remember, if you get here early enough, you might be chosen to tap the beer keg. So that's one reason to kind of book an early lunch at Beer Garden. And lastly, we're headed over to Whispering Canyon Cafe in the Wilderness Lodge Resort. This one is, again, cowboy food. The cast members here are also going to be, purposefully irreverent. They're going to kind of be jokesters and have some fun with you, so be prepared for that. As always, if you'd rather not take part in the show, you can ask your server to take it lightly, or there's a little card on your table that says specifically, I don't want to take part in the show, and you can turn it to the red side. If you're on the green side, then they'll have a little fun with you. If you turn it to the red side, they'll leave you alone and just be your server for that meal. The food here is not family style. You order from a menu. You can choose from all-you-can-eat skillets, which means you order the skillet, and this is for breakfast and lunch and dinner. They all have skillets. They're refillable. You can get as much of that food as you want. So this is what we recommend. We do recommend the skillets because they're very good. But you can also get a la carte entrees. There are bottomless milkshakes, which means you can drink as much of the milkshake as you want and get it refilled as many times as you want. And we highly recommend the caramel milkshake. It's really good. And there are some great desserts here too. So this is a fun kind of interactive place to bring the whole family. It's probably not my favorite from this list, but it is very good and it's an enjoyable time for everyone. So there we have it. Those are my choices for the places to bring a multi-generational group or a large family, a group of folks that maybe have a lot of different tastes and you want everyone to have a good time. Those are the restaurants to go to in Disney World. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog. We can't wait to hear your thoughts, so please leave us a comment and like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, let us know what you're thinking we should cover next. Thanks a lot. See you real soon.